I appreciate the stomach and the eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ronnie and Wendy of Big Girl Money.
I think we should now maybe
I almost made that song a minute long. That would have been too long. I'm glad I went with the 30 seconds.
Ronnie said this was the whole reason she wanted tonight was to have a walk-on song.
Yes, that's all I wanted, and now
That's
I
right.
got it.
That's
so
right.
I'm good.
That's right.
Thanks everybody for coming to our 100th episode of Big Girl Money.
And for those of you that don't know what Big Girl Money is out there and over here, we appreciate you being here anyway. So, God help us.
So I looked up a stat that I haven't told you about yet.
Okay.
Only
Drop it on me.
1% of people who start a podcast make it past 20 episodes.
I always knew we were the 1%er.
Yes.
And not because we were women in tech.
Yeah.
Not because of that.
Yes. And that's
That's
why
right.
I call myself a hardy woman.
Yes.
And you're a sturdy woman.
That's right. Now tell your joke. You said you had your joke to...
Oh yeah, I hope I hope everyone's excited for an invigorating night of networking. Just kidding.
Not.
The delivery was better in my head on
It
that.
was.
Okay, let's see if my clicker works. It does not. I'll do this.
It might be because it's not on.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh.
And this is why I'd recommend everybody gets a mentor in tech. Helpful things like this.
Like turn the bitch on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So we have a really fun game of trivia that we're going to do, but before
Yes.
we do that, we want to take a trip down memory lane.
Yes.
And just kind of hype ourselves up a little bit.
That's right. We're going backwards, honey. Backwards. There you go.
There we go. Okay, this is Wendy and I setting up our studio a few days after Christmas in 2018.
And see that sad little studio that has nothing on the walls?
Yeah.
And it won't pretty.
But it's not a problem because we jazzed it up.
We did.
Big
Exactly,
time.
exactly.
Oh, I actually brought some
yes.
decor. Forget
Yes.
it. Forget it. Show must go on. This is when Wendy and I started getting a little more serious about our content.
Yeah.
And we used what Wendy called as disposable whiteboard to start doing that.
Because, see, I want to go with the flow, and Ronnie is so structured. Ronnie wants everything exactly.
Just so.
Okay, Parker, is that true in any realm of possibility? Okay, there you go. That was right. Oh my
This
God.
was the day we got a ring light. Huge day for Big Girl Money.
Deal changer here, people.
Yes.
If you don't have a ring light, you can look so good.
This is when Wendy and I started making our Instagram reels.
And if you have not seen our Instagram reels, or even Reno Ron over here, or better yet, Pretty Boy Parker. Woo-hoo! Yeah, he is not just a pretty face.
In 2020, we had a third member of our team, Alexis, join the Big Girl Money squad.
She is an actual Disney princess.
Yes.
She worked at Disney as one of the, I don't know which princess it was, which one?
The Princess and the Frog one.
Oh,
Tiana.
that's it.
That's who she was.
Yeah.
And then, big day, we got Clark to join the squad. A big hand for Clark.
Woo!
He's the sound guy, and he's not even a dick about it, which is great.
No. He only works for women-owned businesses, so.
And another thing we're really proud of that we got to do was start an investing circle.
For social impact investing. And that was really fun. It went for 6 months. For those of you that didn't get a chance to do it, too bad. It was really fun. Oh my God, so I'm looking at all the pictures of 4 years since I met Ronnie. And I cannot believe how many different ways her hair was. And so I
did not make this slide myself.
I started
That would've been-
collecting them because I was like, oh my God. And we have this joke that we'll be working on the content for a reel, and then it'll be showtime, and the ring light can only do so much. And Ronnie will go, wait a minute, let me put up my hair. And she'll pull it up, and it'll be like perfect. And you go, how does that bitch do that? I mean, I'm over there trying to make mine be nice.
You got the best hair ever.
Oh, you're so
Everybody
sweet.
knows it. This one was
my
extra
God.
special. Yes. I fired off a text message here that anybody who's gotten bangs has also fired off, which is, these bangs might have been a mistake.
Because routinely, at least 2 or 3 times a week, I'll get some crazy ass text from her like this. It'll be like, red alert, red alert. I think I'm going to quit my job. Nope, not today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. But I started taking screenshots of each of these crazy ass texts. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? And one day I'm going to use this. And sure enough, that day is here. So. Oh my God, this is great.
Okay, so we have some Big Girl Money stats to throw out there to toot our own horn. This is our 100th episode, as we said.
Yes.
We've interviewed 74 guests. We've done 23 Big Girl Skills, 7 live shows, and an infinite amount of fun.
Yes. So I want to ask Ronnie, what was your favorite big girl skill? Because big girl skills are really fun to do because you do it in this uplifting, kind of less dry corporate. You try to get away from the corporate dry.
We give it some jazz.
Yeah, we jazz it. We Ronnie-fy it.
Ronify it, yes.
Ronify.
Yes.
See?
My favorite would probably be, and we've done a few different variations of this, but you came up with something really clever where you were like, how to shed that extra 200 pounds this summer, ditch that bad boss. And it was really good. And we've done quite a few different episodes about basically how to deal with a bad boss.
Yes.
Which I think everybody encounters no matter what career they're in. So that's one of my favorites.
And the funniest one with bosses was I had this crazy idea. Would you swipe left on your boss? And Ronnie went, what do you mean? Like you like them? And I said, no, it just means would you keep them or ditch them?
Wouldn't it be great if we could pick bosses like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
What was your favorite big girl skill?
Definitely, I loved elevator pitches, bitches, because it was such a big, important part of me figuring out what made me different and letting employers know when what they were getting, and so you wouldn't, either one of you wouldn't be let down. But it was also such a fun thing to do. And I'll remember we had head of diversity at CU on the podcast. She shows up at the studio at my house, and she's not sure she wants to get out of the car because she says to us, I just don't know because y'all say some words I'm not sure of. And I thought, oh my God, all the bad things we've said. And we try to not say the F-bomb, but there's been moments. So I thought she meant something like that. And she went, no, you said elevator pitches, B word.
Yeah. So we had to coax her out of the car, but
Yes.
we ended up getting a good interview out of her.
Exactly.
And next we had some Big Girl Money life changes.
4 years, people, I met Ronnie ago. 4 years.
We gotten 3 dogs, 2 engagements,
Yes. That's this, not this. No, that one.
1 marriage,
Me?
3 new houses,
Yes.
4 new jobs. That was
That
all
was
me.
all Ronnie. All
Yeah.
Ronnie.
I carried the team on the new job front. Yes. And 1 new ta-ta.
Booby. Because of breast cancer, people. Breast cancer.
Well, I don't think
one
anyone
gets
elects
a
to get
boob
one
job
boob.
and one boob job. Nobody does. Well, I love this one, doctor, but this one not so much. Could you fix it? Oh my God.
Okay, so we're ready to
Okay.
play some
So-
Big Girl Money trivia.
Does everybody have a trivia?
Yeah, you can partner up if you need another sheet, a paper. Wendy, right here. Oh yeah, give Kate one.
I want to play.
Give Sammers. Oh, Wendy, give Sammers one. Okay. Clark, just edit all that out, okay? You got it? Thank you.
Do you want to play, Katie?
Okay.
All right, first you have to have a team name you have to make up a team name. You have like 30 seconds to do this, okay?
Yes. It can be 2 to 3 people, however confident you're feeling.
It's more fun to do teams.
Yeah. It's pretty low stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Our first question.
Ho, crazy people. Oh. Hey. Simmer down now.
You just scared me.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, our first question. How did we come up with the name Big Girl Money?
So it doesn't have to be a long answer.
Yeah, nobody write an essay. And this is going to be self-scoring, so honesty is the best policy.
Yes. All right.
Oh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to drink my beer. Oh,
That's
my
right.
hand's not shaking anymore.
Oh, that was good.
Okay, the answer to this trivia question was, it was my 4th, 5th grade soccer team cheer. Nice.
Okay, but you got to tell the story.
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
A half a point. You
Okay,
get half a point.
here's the story. Sure. Whatever you think is right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And you can sleep at night.
When I first got my first big girl job, Wendy
Yes.
helped me get my first big girl job. It ended up being a terrible job.
Terrible company. Terrible.
I won't say who they are, but starts with a Z and rhymes with mayo. But anyways, I was coaching a soccer team at the time, and my first paycheck that I got, I used it to buy some cones and goals and other like soccer equipment.
Yeah.
And so I gave it to all the girls to set up for practice, and I said, you better not lose any of this because I bought this with my big girl money. And they loved it. So then before every soccer game, we would go, big girl money on 3. 1, 2, 3. Big girl money.
Yeah, now we do that now in front of every episode.
Yeah, and Wendy and I were thinking, what do we want the name to be? What do we want the name to be?
was
And then
so hard.
I said, I got it.
Big girl money. Yes. All right, follow-up question.
Okay, follow-up question.
So what was the name of that soccer team that Ronnie coached? Wait, don't say it out loud.
Is it A, the roasted turkeys? B, the killer whales? C, the dancing dolphins? It's
Okay.
not a say the answer out loud thing.
Yeah. Shush.
Does everybody have a guess? Okay, this
And the
answer is...
answer, you have to listen. You have to listen to this answer.
Yeah. The answer is being revealed over audio.
Yeah, so you have to be quieter.
We're not commanding the room.
I know, not at all. It's like herding cats.
Okay, here we go.
Coaching soccer because I used to coach the Little Nuggets in Louisville. Shout out to the Killer Whales. That was our team name.
Nice.
Yes,
Because
for-
whales are ferocious.
Well, the killer whales are.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not to be messed with.
If you're in the sea, if you're on land, they're not so scary.
But imagine if killer whales had legs.
And we're playing soccer.
Imagine if they had legs and cleats. That's what my team
Okay,
was.
killer whales. Right answer on that one.
Who got it? Woo! I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
All right, okay. All right, relax.
Okay.
I got to give a shout out to Jimena, who was my coach, my co-coach. And
Oh.
after she moved, Olivia was my coach.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
getting heated out there.
I know. Give me some cred over here.
Okay, number 3. What is Ronnie's favorite Christmas song to sing on the podcast? Is it A, Santa Baby, B, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, or C, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas?
All right, ready? Pick one. Here we go. Let me look at this. This looks good.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Way too much. Yes. Definitely that one.
Yes.
Yes.
I sing it every year. Wendy finds it inappropriate, but I just carry on.
It's just not my jam. That's all. That's all. All right. So, which of these guests has not appeared on Big Girl Money? A, Broncos cheerleader / rocket scientist. B, Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. C, Formula One engineer. That was a woman. And D, James Beard nominated chef. Okay. Hey. Who? Teacher, is there any homework? Okay. You got it? And the answer is
Formula One engineer. So that's my next target, and I will be doing some stalking until I get one. Parker and I watch the Formula One documentary, and sausage fest. I haven't seen a single woman
Where's
the entire
the
time.
damn women? Right.
Where are the damn women?
Seriously.
Yeah, so that's the next goal.
And we want to give a shout out at this point. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Oh, love it. Okay.
We got to do that.
So we have the guests that have been on the podcast that are here. Jimena, fabulous. Miss Morgan Yost, the previous Broncos cheerleader, but also Lockheed Martin engineer. And not anymore. She's got a much better job now. And then who else is in here that was on it?
Charlotte's not here.
Oh, Charlotte's on here. Yeah.
And our Sports Illustrated model was Gigi Robinson, and our chef was Dana Rodriguez, the new chef of Casa Bonita.
All right.
Okay,
What
no questions.
home improvement tasks should Ronnie not do when she's been drinking?
My future father-in-law just roasted
Damn!
me. Boom, roasted.
That's right. All right.
Take a guess. This one's not multiple choice.
Right. Think of construction tasks. Does he know this one? Do you know this one? Okay. Oh. All right. Everybody got an answer? Did you write it down? Because we're going to check your work afterwards. We gave you pins. We will know if you crossed it out
Yep.
and put in the right answer and cheated like a cheater.
Okay, this one's going to be an audio answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the electrician that got all our lights on said, you need to paint your ceiling. I said,
We did paint the ceiling. I painted the ceiling.
I guess we did a shitty job because you should see it when the lights are on.
Oh no. Are you serious? What the hell?
He said, you painted the ceiling already? This is an electrician that just did it Thursday.
My
And I
God.
said, yeah, my friend and I did it. And we were having mimosas at the time and a dance party. And he goes, maybe you should paint it this time by yourself. That's what he said to me. Jose.
He fired me.
He fired you.
So that was the second time I got fired.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, only you.
Wah wah. Sorry, didn't mean to bring down the room.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, number 6. Who was driving when Wendy and Ronnie got pulled over on their first road trip?
Who is the need for speed?
Yeah, who has the need for speed? By the way, new Top Gun, would highly recommend.
Oh, yes. I heard your Top Gun event was fabulous. That's so great. All right. Answer? Okay. Okay. Oh, they gotta hear this. Okay, we have to start it over.
Okay.
Can we start it over? Hold on.
Okay.
Right? Okay, but I'd ask you, should you or have you ever cried to get out of a ticket?
I've never been pulled over.
Are you kidding me?
Knock on wood. I've never been pulled over.
That's amazing.
I know. It makes me scared that I just even said it.
Well, at least you knocked on wood.
Okay.
Okay. 2 years later.
2 years later.
Okay, another clip. We gotta be.
Driving to Westcliff for our little weekend getaway, and you were chatting to me about some murderer. You were like, "Oh, so and so is at this prison," and then you started looking up Dahmer. Started looking up all these facts about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I was distracted because you're talking about a serial killer. Next thing I know, I'm going like 90. I pass a cop, swerve around him, and he pulls my ass over.
Oh yeah, it's all me.
Next thing I know, I'm going like 90. I pass a cop, swerve around him, and he pulls my ass over.
It was Wendy's fault. She was distracting me.
We actually got out of the ticket though.
Yeah, Wendy talked her way out of it.
I said it was all my fault, officer. It's all my fault. That's right.
Yeah, she did.
That's right. All right. Oh gosh, this is.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Like,
Oh! Don't look! Okay. Okay. So what shoes?
It's not up there.
Uh-oh.
It's not up there. Oh. Okay. The question is, what shoes... here we go. What shoes saved Wendy's life as she scaled a 12-foot wall after getting locked out of her hotel?
Chris knows
So
that.
we got some options. A, B, C. Sparkly Doc Martens, sheepskin LL Bean slippers, or yellow Crocs.
You know all of these. You could win.
You're not allowed to play. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Does everybody got an answer? Okay, just for kicks. How many people say A? B? C? Ooh, okay.
Give us a temperature reading. Oh, it's freezing. And all you have on is your robe.
Yes. At least I have flippers on. And so I decide yeah, 12 feet. So I'm whipping my leg over the top of it.
Oh my God, you're such an athlete.
I whip my leg over the top of it. How'd you climb it? I have to tell you. It is those sheepskin. They just stick. Well, I was like, great, I got that. So we start giggling after I got back. I don't need to go back.
The sheepskin LL
That
Bean.
did it.
Iconic.
That did it. And Zoe, my puppy, was out there with me when we got stuck. So it was 2:30.
When
Chris
Wendy
just slept
first
right
told me
through
this story, she goes, my first thought was, at least Zoe doesn't have to die alone. It was like dramatic.
All right. Last question. What are our ultimate big girl goal to do next with Big Girl Money? Where do we go next? World domination. We'll just tell you that's not it. Even though one of our guests actually said that. Did you hear it?
What? Oh. That's
Somebody
Chris's.
said private jet.
That's Chris's goal.
And that's Chris's goal.
Yeah.
Yes. With only blue M&Ms
Yeah.
served on the private jet.
Chris said, I want you guys to get so successful that I can yell at somebody for putting anything other than blue M&Ms in my bowl. Yeah. Okay, last trivia answer. Our own Netflix show.
Totally. That's where we're going.
And this was inspired because we saw the Home Edit show on Netflix,
Yeah.
and we were like, that could be us.
They stole our path.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna get ready for our interview with the Big Girl Money gals, Betsy and Kate.
Woo!
We're gonna do a short break. So get another beer if you want, or get more pizza, and then we will be back live in 5 minutes.
Woo! Hello. What?
You and I will sit next to each other, and they'll sit next to each other.
Perfect. Hello. All right. What you've all been waiting for. What? Woo! Okay. Don't see me dance. All right, what you've all been waiting for, not the interview, I'm just teasing. Who won the trivia contest? Who? Did anybody get all of them? Okay, how many people got more than 5? Woo, okay. Keep your hand up if you got more than 6. 6? It's going for 7? 7? You got 7? You do understand.
My sissy got 7.
You do understand you did nothing for that. She knew it all. You don't know. Have you?
I'd love to give you a
I
big
don't
payday.
know. I don't know. Oh God. Okay. These guys.
You got second?
These guys. Yeah. What?
It's
Oh,
we're all
okay.
big girls here. Second place? Okay. I'd love to give you a big payday. Okay, a third place? Anybody get? Did anybody get 5? Oh, it's 100 grand. Did anybody get 5? 5, okay. Third place, I'd like to give you 100 grand. All right.
Okay, that big girl money. That big girl money.
Give some more money.
Oh yes.
Okay.
But here on Big Girl Money, we're a lot like Oprah. Everybody gets a prize.
And you get 100 grand. And you get 100 grand. You get 100 grand. You get 100 grand. Nah, you get 100 grand. Good job, Wendy.
All right.
Okay. You got your
All right.
questions?
All right, we want to bring up our esteemed interview guests that Betsy, do you have any kind of bio?
I got it in my noggin.
Okay, good.
We would love to have Betsy and Kate, the owners and operators of Lady Justice, come join us for an interview.
Woo! Walk up song. Dancing. Oh, good one. Okay. Good. Look at. All right.
Is this? I don't. It's gonna touch you.
My worst
Everybody
nightmare.
good? Mic check, mic check,
Is that
mic
okay?
check.
I don't
hi,
want
hi,
to.
hi.
I don't.
Okay,
ride your
we're
skirt.
so excited to have you guys
What if I
back
go
on the
behind
podcast.
Hi. Yes, we were here before.
Do you remember the date you were here?
I don't remember
No,
the date.
I
I,
think it
remember
was-
the
was it
basement.
2019.
Okay, May the oh my gosh, May the 8th, 2019.
It was 19.
Oh, and it was so that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just May the 8th. We're still in May.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So it was like almost exactly 3 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
have to tell
Almost exactly the
So I
way
have
I
to
like
tell
it.
a quick story before we get started. So when I first started the podcast, my future mother-in-law, Carrie, she got me a cute little box with some papers, and it was wish paper where you put a wish on it and put it in the paper. So I was looking through them today, and about 3 years ago, before you guys even had a brick and mortar, before you even had the brewery,
Anything.
Wendy and I wrote down on it, we want to do a live podcast at Lady Justice Brewing before it even existed. And we put it in the wish box, and now here we are.
Here we are.
Is
So-
that manifesting?
Yes,
That's good.
so
You're perfect now.
Netflix is next.
All good.
Netflix is next.
Yeah.
Netflix is next.
Yes.
Yes.
So first we want to know how the hell you are since
Yes,
we
yes.
interviewed you. And also, did you ever end up making a beer called By Allen?
So I don't know, Betsy, you want to start?
You have to tell the story.
Yeah.
Tell
So-
the By Allen story for some background.
Okay, so By Allen was a story that we told when we were first on the podcast.
Yes.
And what happens is we'll go to beer festivals. So we are all woman-owned and operated brewery. And so we'll go to beer festivals, and people get weird when
and it comes out after they start drinking. Like they
Yeah.
hold
Oh,
it
yeah.
together, one sample in,
like
two samples.
Yeah, the first hour of the beer festival,
it's a shit
everybody's
show.
best friends. And then like hour 2 and 3, they tell you what they really think. And so we were at Great American Beer Fest, and there was a volunteer who should not have been drinking. He might have been sober.
That was
if he was
against the rules.
Yeah. If he was following the rules, he was sober. But so the weirdest thing happens. 2 things happen when we're at beer festivals. One, and I'm sorry, men, but it's always a man who I'm not sorry, men. Do better. It's always a man. When they come up and they just like cannot believe that only women run the brewery. And so they ask us all these questions. Like, I don't know if they're testing our trivia or what is happening, but they're like, so it's just you? And I'm like, yeah, me and Kate and Jen, like it's us. And they're like, but who brews beer?
Who brews the beer?
The 70 men in the back.
Yeah. I brew the beer. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happens is that they cannot believe, absolutely cannot believe, that Kate and Jen are also lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't understand how lawyers who are women can also do something else, right? They don't understand that.
Intelligence is really segmented.
Yeah.
But it's not a
So
not
it's
a
like
plane, it's a
like
tangent.
women can only do one thing, they cannot do 2 things, right? So that's what happens. So we go to these beer festivals and these dudes, and I think they're trying to be cool with us, but they're getting it all wrong. And so this guy, he's wearing his name tag because he's a volunteer, and his name is Alan. And I don't even remember exactly what he said to Ashley, but our good friend Ashley, who has volunteered with us many times, so she comes to JBF, she pours at JBF, and then she gets, she clocks out and she gets to go drink for the rest of the night. It's a great deal. She's wearing her Lady J shirt, and this guy named Alan comes up to her and is just like,
I have the quote. If you
"Oh,
need
do
it.
you? Thank you.
We have
Okay,
the
say
quote.
it. Yeah.
The quote is, "So you're all women in the brewery. That must mean you hate men."
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not that's it. We do. That's it. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is actually not the first time that has been said to us. That was like the 18th time that has been said to us, because they don't understand. Again, going back, they don't understand that only women run the place. And so Ashley just looked at his name tag and just looked him square in the eye and just said, "Bye, Alan." They just walked away and left the dude sitting in the middle of GABF looking like a total idiot. And that was really great. So our mantra for like anytime people were being shitty to us, we just were like, "Bye,
Right,
Alan."
Because It's not just a story. It's a way of life.
Yes. It's a whole thing.
And you know, the name I think could fluctuate throughout the years, but it always comes back to Alan.
Bye, Alan.
Does. Bye.
But did you ever make a beer?
You know, we actually haven't named a beer by Alan yet.
No,
we
but
could.
We could
put it on the list. Yeah.
Coming out all the time.
I love it.
You're
I
in
love it.
charge. You definitely could.
Jamie is now in charge of the brew schedule, though. I think.
Yeah. So how are we? Was the other question?
Yes.
Here, I'm gonna.
We're great. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell them how you are, and you tell
Okay.
them how I am.
Ooh,
I
perfect.
love that.
I like it.
Awesome. I like this.
Betsy's doing mostly fine.
Kate is also doing mostly fine.
Yeah.
So what has happened since May 8th, 2019? Actually, I can give you a really good timeline of what has happened since May 8th, 2019. So at the time when we first met Wendy, very particularly, we were sharing space with another brewery in town. And the group, who was that?
Coolest
badass-
Women in Tech.
It was so fun. It was such a fun night.
I remember you guys were all at that long table, and it was
Yeah.
just it was awesome.
It's such an awesome time with
The
you.
coolest woman in tech group is a lot rowdier than the name would lead
Yes,
you to
it's
believe.
true.
Coolest woman in tech, coolest woman to drink with.
Yeah,
That's good.
So we met y'all then.
Jamie is a member
Yeah,
of Coolest
Jamie's there.
Women in Tech.
Yep. So we met y'all that night, and then so we were sharing space. We started in we served our first beers in 2016. We were production only, 300 square foot room, very small brew system, and we had a membership model, and that's how people got our beer. We did not have a tap room. So we had moved in with another brewery to share space with them to like test out the tap room model, and it became clear very quickly that we were going to grow out of that space. And so in June of 2019, Pride Sunday was our last Sunday in that brewery. We decided to move out of there and spend time looking for our own brick and mortar. We were just like, this is our time. We're going to do this. We clearly have the customer base. We clearly have what we need to like move into our own spot. We're going to increase production. We're going to have an awesome tap room. It's going to be great. People are going to gather. We're going to stand next to each other and breathe all over each other. It's going to be the best.
You can sneeze and it'll be fine.
And then, like, right. So we looked all over town, up and down, left and right, and finally landed on this space, which used to belong to another brewery. And so they were doing a turnkey. So they were like, hey, we got chairs and tables and a bar and the brew system in the back. So we didn't have to build anything out and we didn't have to buy anything new. So we just got to take this space over from them. And so it felt right. The neighborhood was exactly where we wanted it to be. We thought it was a space that could align with our mission, and it was perfect. It was going to allow us to grow into a small taproom model, which is like the dream when you're a brewery. If you can have a brewery that is solely dependent on a taproom model and you don't have to distribute, and that's what we were going to do, and it's the best business plan of all time. And so we signed the lease May 15th, 2020. Oh, March 15th. March 15th, 2020.
2020.
March 15th, 2020.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
This is our
that's the
space.
sound. Yeah.
And so, and then 2 days later, COVID hit, and I I had a moment.
For a couple of weeks, we were just thinking that it was gonna be 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
of,
Totally. Everybody
As
thought
did
that.
we all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, but I like just to give a shout out to our amazing community. Like, and I remember Ronnie coming. Like, we instead of opening the tap room to the public because it was a horribly dangerous and illegal, we reverted back to our production only model. So we sold memberships, and so people could come and pick up the beer to go if they had a membership and at the window. And I remember Ronnie showing up and
hell
she
yeah.
bought a membership, and it was wonderful. But yeah, well, that part was wonderful. The rest of it was quite
pretty
difficult.
crappy.
Yeah, so we've only been in this space since COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what?
And I don't know, it's actually been really great.
That's great.
So you're good.
We're good.
Mostly
fine.
Yeah.
Mostly fine.
Mostly
fine.
But I think we can all say that about our life. We're mostly fine. Don't you hate
mostly
those
fine.
bitches that say I'm perfect? You just like
Things here are not perfect.
You're
I
a
will
liar.
be the first to tell
That's
you.
what you are.
But yeah, we've been doing, I mean, and because of COVID, we had to put beer in cans and get them out the door. So we have a distribution model that we weren't supposed to have until 2023, according to our
Wow.
business plan. And so we're actually growing faster than I had ever planned on us growing because of the community that has supported us during COVID. So we're lucky, very lucky.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Well, and you guys had full-time jobs at that point when you were on the podcast. And so is that the case still?
So I still have a full-time job, but I've, and one of the reasons that I believe we are flourishing is we have an amazing staff, and Katie's over there. She's serving her beer. So I don't have as active of a role as I did before because we have support, which is amazing. I come and I do events and I work with the community. So I still have a full-time job, but I would say Lady J is dialed back a bit.
Yeah, so I left my day job in August of 2021 for Lady J. So Lady J is my full-time job now.
So now that your hobby is your job, is it as much fun?
Fun, yeah, it is fun. It actually is fun. It really is fun. It is fun, and it's been interesting to watch the ways in which, since we've been bringing more staff on, so we have beer tenders who are amazing. So part of our model is it's really important when people walk in the front door that they feel like this is a space for them. And so our beer tenders do that. So like from our beer tenders are the most important staff that we have right now. And we were able to start hiring them. We started hiring for beer tenders in September of 2021.
Okay, hold on. Beer tender?
Beer. They tend the beer.
They tend to.
What does that mean? You like sit and watch it? What do you do?
They heard it on the
Like
hillside.
a babysitter of beer?
It's like a
That's
bar.
a bartender,
Instead of a
but for
bartender,
beer.
It's a beer tender.
Oh, I love that.
Katie tends the beer.
A little slow up here.
No, I thought it was back there making the beer. And
Yeah, beer
I'm
tenders.
going to go watch it until it's done.
That's the job of a brewer.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, sorry.
That's what brewers do.
As you
yeah.
can see, beer making is not my thing.
And drinking is, though.
It is.
Drinking is good.
Beer
so,
drinking is my thing.
Yeah, so that was the start. We started with bringing on a part-time staff and beer tenders, and I think it was September of 2021. And then we've grown. We've got a general manager now, and we've got a head brewer. So
fabulous.
I'm not brewing anymore because I was brewing and running the business, and that was
Right.
too much.
But you like this part? I mean,
Yeah,
so
this is
do you
awesome.
like the running the business
This is
part?
rad. Like this is what I get to go to work to every day. It's the
I
coolest thing
love
ever.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
So a lot of people give the career advice not to mix pleasure with business. Betsy, you started your business with two of your best friends, and now your wife also works at your business. So you basically think this advice is a load of crap, I'm guessing, because all your loved ones are in your business. So yeah. So what do you think about that? How do you maintain those relationships? And do you still use Wombat Time?
Do you want to explain Wombat Time,
Yes,
Kate?
let me explain Wombat Time really quickly. And if there are any people who are experts in wombats, I'm sure I'm misstating some stuff. However,
If there are any people in this room who are experts in wombats, will you please see us afterwards? Because I have so many questions for you.
We want to have you on the podcast.
A wombatologist. We have
Yeah.
a wombat.
wombatology.
A wombat tender.
Ooh.
Bitches.
I think that's the zoo, right? That's what they...
Okay.
So anyway, Wombat Time is something we talked about when we first started Lady J. But what it is that wombats are by nature social creatures. They like to see other wombats. However, they do spend a significant amount of time alone, and it has nothing to do with the other wombats. They just have to be alone sometimes. So they like nest alone, and we thought it was the best analogy for sometimes you just need to not be near people.
Yes.
And that's fine. And it has nothing to do with the other people.
Yeah, because so our third co-founder, Jen, still around, and we love her. And so Jen and Kate and I we served in AmeriCorps together, and that's how we met. And when we were in AmeriCorps, we really did spend like 90 hours minimum.
Betsy
We were roommates.
Betsy
so
and I lived together.
24 hours, and so we were maintained friendships to this day. That crew of people are still our community.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that we were so successful in that is because we had Wombat Time. So the rule was everybody's hanging out, they're having a great time. If you need Wombat Time, you get to go do Wombat, and nobody gets to be mad at you for not coming to the party. That's the rule. So
Do you say Wombat like a safe word? You're like
Wombat.
Wombat.
Yeah.
Wombat Time.
So
Okay,
it really
I need
is like,
Wombat Time.
hey, do you want to hang out tonight? And Kate will be like, no, I actually have to Wombat. And I'll be like, yeah, that's great. Yeah. Have a great night.
That is healthy.
So good.
This might be some applicable relationship advice.
Chris and I do that, but we say eggplant.
Yeah,
When we-
eggplant.
I don't know why.
Do
I've heard
eggplants also like to
polar
be
I
bear.
don't know why.
Yeah.
Eggplant is our safe word. Like,
Yeah, that's interesting.
there's an emoji for that.
Yeah, there isn't. So,
okay, now it's going to
Are
be
you realizing
wombat.
now what
We're
you just
doing-
said,
We're doing
Wendy?
wombat now, okay?
but yeah, so working together, I don't know that I would say that it's that you shouldn't follow that advice, because I can envision a lot of situations in which I would not start a business with certain friends of mine. Yeah. But what worked for Kate and Jen and I was that we had met in a working relationship. So we knew each other in work mode. That's how we met. Right? Don't you think?
Oh, no,
we were
sorry,
like,
was this face not agreeing? That was agreement. And also,
transparency and honesty and open communication. That's how it happens.
I had a realization that I want to add to this.
Go for it.
Oh,
No, go for
just
it. Yeah.
that, and some of the other people that have been so supportive of Lady Justice, like we have a friend Laura who helps us with numbers, and Allison, Betsy's wife, helps us does all the marketing, right?
Wow.
But we also started through. We met Allison through Vista, and we met Laura through a working relationship with ILIF, right? Like you worked with it. Yeah. So it's, so, like, I think that maybe the unique thing is that we knew everybody in a work or professional context
First.
And then the friendship developed.
And most of the time, the partnerships that haven't gone great for me personally have been, you've been friends and you decide, this is so fun, we should go into business together. Right. And it does not go well.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's not what we were doing, right? Like, we weren't like, hey, we like each other so much, let's spend even more time together. That is, I want to be very clear, that is not what we did.
For you.
Kate's like slow play all along has just been sit closer and spend more time with me.
I love you so much.
But what I think what worked about it was that we also had a rule. We had 2 rules, and I think those rules still apply, but they've changed a little bit. One of the rules was that if we ever felt that Lady J was the thing that was causing our friendship to break down, we all agreed that we would sacrifice Lady J for the friendship.
Wow.
And I think that's probably still true.
I think so.
Yeah.
Although
That's so sweet.
It's harder now.
Lady J
because
is like so far out of our control that I'm not sure that that could happen.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting question now, because are we talking too much, by the way?
No, go.
It's a podcast. You can't talk too much.
No, it's like therapy you don't have to pay for.
It's going really well.
Yes.
Do you take EAP?
You're doing a great job.
Yes, exactly.
That's a really good question, because I think that was a really easy distinction that we were able to have when we started, because it truly was just the 3 of us.
Yeah. And
trying to work and make this thing happen. And now it's way beyond.
Yeah.
And so
it's hard to put into words, but like part of the reason why we were able to work together as friends is like we love each other. Like it's more like a family.
Right.
So it was pretty easy for us to draw those lines to say like our relationship with each other is not worth losing.
Right.
I just imagine you guys getting in a fight and then calling the general manager and being like, shut it down.
We're done. Everybody go home.
It's over.
It was a good run. It was a good run.
And in total transparency, no one knows this, and very few people do, but Ronnie and I had a little hiccup in our partnership, in our relationship. Remember when we went through the Black Lives Matter? And we had that kind of big disagreement. And it was one of those things where we had to really intentionally work through it, because we so didn't understand where the other person was coming from. And it got to the point where you had to say, the relationship is more important than this. And we worked through it. And I mean, there are very few people I like as much as Ronnie. So
she's really cool. I like her too.
Well, and part of it too is what's the mission, what's the goal of the company. So if the goal of the company is to make like buttloads of money and like whatever, maybe you can work around that. But that was never the goal of Lady J. So we were able to set rules in a different way. Another rule that we had, and it wasn't really a rule, that we just found that this is the way it worked. That
I'm so excited. What was it?
It was as long as 2 out of the 3 of us. Were functional and doing okay, like Lady J could keep going. But there were times when like it either needed to be like Jen and Kate and Betsy just has to take the week off or else I'm gonna go insane, or like Jen and Betsy have it like, Kate, you go on vacation. So we gave each other permission to walk away from Lady J. Kate has given herself permission many times to fire herself and then rehire herself.
Yeah.
Sometimes at the same event.
Sometimes multiple times within the same event.
Kate, when we interviewed you, you were stressed.
You were really
Big time.
stressed.
That sounds right. I looked at that picture and I had a blazer on and I had my court hair. So I think
My court hair.
I think I had come from a trial or a hearing that must have been very stressful.
Yeah.
I think. And then I was like, also beer. I like it.
No, I mean, when we were getting our questions ready and listening to the first episode, it was both of us said we have to find out how Betsy's doing. She has to have gotten better because Kate, sorry,
You're good.
Kate was doing at that interview. It was so apparent, and it was one of those things where.
That's a bummer. Sorry.
No.
Well, no, you were like, you said that you had gotten some illness because you were so stressed out.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Wasn't it shingles?
Yeah, the shingles.
She got shingles from
The
it.
stress shingles.
No, twice I got shingles. Yeah.
And you look at
I
each
love
other.
that you talked about that on a podcast.
Why not do it again?
The two of us looked at each other and went, we're never going to get that stressed. This is
No,
awful.
Kate does get that stress.
I do.
Yeah.
I do get that stressed.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless
But-
your heart.
But it's okay. You know, I haven't had a shingles outbreak in a couple of years. So
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's
But
fabulous.
I will say, because of that stress level, like Kate and Jen and I had to work through some stuff too and figure out how, if we wanted Lady J to continue, how it could, because it became very apparent very quickly when we were looking for a new space. The three of us had different ideas for what Lady J should be and where the direction that it should go. And it took a while, and we finally found the path that worked for us. But
Wow.
it was not a natural, automatic thing. Like, we had to have some hard conversations, and we had to figure out, can Lady J continue? I mean, that was a very serious conversation that you and I had.
it was.
Yeah. And if it does continue, how does it continue if you want this and I want this?
Wow.
And so, yeah, I mean, but Kate and I are able to talk openly about pretty much everything, I think.
I think so.
I don't know. There's not a topic we haven't crossed
I
yet.
truly can't think.
We've talked about it all. So
But, yeah, and I just, this is the perfect opportunity because I have to say that Betsy Lay is the bravest lass in all the land. I love
that.
This tap room is here because Betsy had this vision, and I was too scared, and Betsy was maybe scared, but
yeah, I know. I was super scared.
But also because she, like, I don't know, she's just she believes so much, and she was ready to do that.
And that was our next question for you, because a big thing about business that we talk about is your why. You have your side hustle, if you're going to do it while you're doing a full-time job, has to be such a part of your DNA that you can't not do it, right? And you guys were clear that you wanted to show that social enterprise can work. And so what's some of the good shit you've been able to put out in the world that you're most proud of since we talked to you back in the first time?
I want you to answer this because I think you actually have a very specific answer. So do you remember your Instagram story a few weeks ago?
Well, my Instagram story.
Well, you talked about what we were able to give in 2016.
Oh,
and what we gave like a month ago.
Yeah. So this, and no, I didn't remember that actually.
Well, I
but
did.
Wow.
No, I'm glad you reminded me. So
I know. It's like a baby barf towel.
it wasn't even a clean one.
Oh my God.
So we had this idea, like when it feels like when we were babies, to start this business where the purpose could be.
I mean, it was a decade ago.
It was a decade,
Yeah.
more than a decade,
Yeah.
probably at this point. But like to make a business where the sole purpose was, of course, like to provide a product, yes, but it was a product that people were going to buy, and they would buy it knowing that it was going to help their community. That was the idea. And in our first year of business, when it was just the membership model, it was in 2016. I'm getting chills. We were able to donate $819. Like that was our profit.
wow.
I remember very specifically, we had these grants. We were able to donate it out, and that felt so huge.
Yeah.
And then last year, we were able to donate 11,000, more than 11,000.
I love
and so, like, it's just And I think, I don't know if this is going too wide, but I feel like Lady Justice is not only the grant piece, but also I really hope that we've built something that's a community for people.
Well, look at this. It's bringing all these different people together.
Yeah. So it's
It's
just
amazing.
Yeah. So I think that like that's the piece that's so powerful for me. That's like, and it comes back to the community, right? Like it comes back to the fact that in 2016 we had, less than $1,000 to donate, and then enough people believed in this idea, and we're like, yes, my beer money will be spent here, so I can do these things for my community. That we're able to donate that much in 5 years. That was 5 years.
Yeah,
That's great.
Well, and the thing that got you about it too, though, was that we had a day about a month ago where we very specifically raised money.
Sorry,
That
Betsy.
like our one day of donations exceeded the 816.
That was
So
it.
one
Yeah.
day?
When
we
Kentucky-
did 900 something in one day.
When our
Yeah, that's what got you.
when our new Supreme Court justice was elected.
Yes.
We hosted a wonderful nonprofit that helps accessibility to law school. So it helps students pay for law school. I can't remember the acronym right now. They're amazing. Katie, do you remember it? I feel like
remember
an a-hole. We'll find it. But-
Acronyms are hard.
No, it's just called Law School Yes We Can.
That's
There
it.
was no acronym.
Oh, there wasn't an acronym.
Law school, yes we can.
Law school, yes, we can. And we were able to raise close to $1,000 in one night, which was more in one night than we could
did
do
the
for the
whole
whole
year.
year.
Yeah.
That was
That's
it.
so cool.
That's amazing.
I love
So in our last interview, we asked you what you hope to accomplish in 10 years. So at that time, it
Do you
would have
remember
been.
that?
No, but
Okay.
I'm really, yeah.
So it
what
would
was
have
it?
been, we said what you wanted to accomplish in 10 years. So that would have been the year 2029. And you said that your big dream was a fully independently operated tap space, community events, an inclusive area, and you were able to hire your team full time with good wages and good benefits and show that the social enterprise model is viable. So I would say you're a little ahead of schedule.
Yes.
2022, 7 years ahead of schedule. So would you like to revise your answer to the 2029
Yeah.
goal?
So yeah, we can revise that pretty easily. So
Scratch it. Start
Scratch-
over.
Yeah, she's
That-
like, I got
okay,
no
we're starting
problem
over.
doing that.
our new idea, the Lady Justice Sock Company. We
Lady
talked about
Justice
that.
Sock Company. Well,
There are days where it feels like socks might be easier than beer.
I just
So
think about
we have a running joke.
Socks seems way easier than beer. In
Yeah,
what
I know.
world is socks
every
harder
time
than beer?
we have to move a keg, I'm like, Lady Justice Sock Company. This could have been socks. You just could have been socks.
Could we carry a box of socks? Yeah.
We carry 3 boxes of socks.
So we're not 100% there yet, to be quite honest, because we have a team of folks who still do this voluntarily. So Kate, Jen, Laura, Allison, none of them get paid. I don't pay myself either, if I'm
Betsy
being
needs
honest.
to pay herself, but it's a fight.
It's a fight.
Speaking of fighting,
Wow.
it's a fight.
Yeah. So anyway, the leadership team of Lady J is still running very much voluntarily. And so what we've been able to do because of that is bring on these amazing beer tenders. We've also been able to bring on a GM and a head brewer so that I'm not doing that part. And so I'm able to focus. We're going to bring somebody on part-time to help with sales and distribution. So we're growing in a way that's been really great. So we actually the leadership team sat down about 2 weeks ago, and we actually did look at like what's our 3-year plan and where do we want to be. And so the goal now.
Why weren't we in on that meeting?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We invited you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It went unread.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the goal for this one. So yeah, we'll say it out loud because that seems to work for your podcast. We say things and they come true.
We say things out loud, yes.
So the goal in 3 years is to have actually everybody on the leadership team wants to work for Lady J full time.
Nice.
And so that is our next goal. So part of my job and what I'm working on is to make sure we get there. So the goal is for the entire leadership team to have full-time jobs with Lady J. Another goal that we want to have is to be able to offer, always the goal is equitable pay. And then I would also love to be in a position where, where our beer tenders are able to have full, amazing, awesome benefits so that it's not just, I want to get rid of the hierarchy and the model of that of part-time workers don't deserve what they just yes, and so we're working on that, and that's hard. It's hard, but we'll get there. So that's in the plans for the next 3 years. I have no idea what 2029 is going to look like, but I mean,
Listen, I saw The Rocketeer when I was like 10 years old.
oh my God. Can I tell you how many times I've seen that movie?
No.
Oh God. I know The Rocketeer very well.
So if it wasn't clear, I'm hoping for jetpacks.
Yeah, that would be pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And then another thing for, 2029, when we talk about showing that the social enterprise model is viable, I think it is. And something that we've been able to do that's also really cool is I get to teach a class. I teach a class every fall on social enterprise. So I get to teach grad students how to open their own
that's
social enterprises. So
fabulous.
my goal, and our goal has always been to make this help me.
Replicable.
And what's hilarious is my beer is
Replicable.
non-alcoholic.
I know.
I'm not even
It's replicable.
replicable.
And I also have a little dream I want to add into.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So
Yeah.
the other part about it that I think would be really cool is that we've had some interns and volunteers, and they have been wonderful and amazing. And I think it would be really cool for Lady Justice to have a dedicated educational component where we could provide internships that would give credit to people
I
or like real
love
life,
it.
and so that's something that's percolating.
I love it. Sprinkle it on there.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Sprinkle it. It's the sprinkles on the Sunday.
Yeah,
That's
we're
great.
looking at what would it look like for we have to increase our production, or we've run out of space here, to be quite honest. So what does it look like to have a bigger space, but also be able to keep this space as our nonprofit
The
arm?
educational.
Right.
So so that so check back again.
Right.
Okay, we'll check back. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll check back periodically as we have been.
Yes.
Yeah, for our 200th episode. Perfect. Yay! Well, thank you guys so much for being repeat guests, for hosting us for this
Yes.
amazing party, and yeah,
We just love you guys so much.
You are wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Should've
Big
needed
fans.
it. So we say at Big Girl Money, it's about not just getting paid what you're worth, but of course building the financial independence. So no job, no boss, nobody owns you, right? And the big thing is, it's not just making the big girl money, it's what you do with it. So tonight we are, with your help, we are raising money for Tech Girls. That's GIRLZ. They give .org, and they give.
it's a .org. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit. I mean, I love their model, and so we are going to be donating to them at the end of the night. So your tab, you'll be able to decide something to round up to donate directly to that organization. So thank you.
All right.
All right, now you should network and find your next job. No, just teasing. Please, please, please.
I just wanted to say thank you all for being here. It's so wonderful. Wendy and Ronnie have always been such a support for us. And so thank you for coming. I know it's kind of hard to get here in the rush hour traffic, and we're so appreciative. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to, ask us.
Yeah, we didn't actually talk about what Lady Justice is, but we're a philanthropic
sure
brewery
did.
in the heart of the Aurora Cultural Arts District. And we donate our profits over costs to Colorado nonprofits that support and empower women and girls. That's what we do.
Yeah. And we're on the Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram and the Facebook.
That's it.
I'm pretty sure that's neither of your guys' department. I'm pretty sure.
Neither of us run that. And be thankful.
I ran the Instagram for like 6 months, and it was mostly pictures of my dog. So it's hard to connect. So fine.
Well, we do want to thank each of you that have listened and sent encouraging notes and told us, that you got a better job because of us or got more money, because that's really what we're passionate about. And when Ronnie first came to me and said, Wendy, you got me this first job, but oh my God, we have got to help women with this damn corporate America. This sucks. And we can help make this easier on other women. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.